Ever wondered why some lads just seem to get ahead of everybody else so much faster? With their physique, with their business, with their career, with their lifestyle? Well, this all comes down to goal setting and your ability to execute on that. So this video is all about the framework I use in order to set my goals and make sure I achieve them every single year. The first one is setting a North Star goal. And I learned this from a mentor 2 or 3 years back now. And what it means is to set and have clarity on the vision as far as you can possibly see. So Elon Musk, for example, is to get up on Mars, build communities on Mars, and take Earth population up there, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you start off by doing. He didn't start off with SpaceX. He's had this vision for such a long time, but he's had to build his way through the roadmap. He's set out clear, segmented goals in order to get to that North Star goal. So he started off in PayPal, then he obviously went into Tesla, and now he's got SpaceX. He's got all these other things which are going to allow him to execute on that final North Star goal. For me, it is to be the most impactful man regarding men's personal development. So physique, mindset, career advice, and lifestyle. But I didn't start off in doing what I'm doing now with the consultancy and the performance coaching. I started off as an in-person personal trainer. I knew this goal at the very start, but I had to work my way through the ranks, and step by step each year, I've got a plan for how I'm going to advance each element of my business, of my physique, of my lifestyle in order to get there. So like I said, started off as a personal trainer because I didn't have the rights to come out and talk about how to operate a business or how to build the most elite physique, because I hadn't learned that yet. I had the skills to be a personal trainer. From there, I could learn, I could study, I could build experience, transition into online physique coaching. From there, we can go into performance coaching, now business consultancy. And I've got a free community, I'm posting content. Like, all of this is to help me get to my big goal of having the most impact and helping the most people. So it's really important that you've got this big vision of where you want to get to. Now, that can seem a little bit scary, and if it doesn't, you need to think a lot bigger. But from here, the second thing we do is now we crunch it down. We segment it into something a little bit closer to home, a little bit more realistic on the one single thing we need to focus on to advance right now, this year. So the first proper 6 months goals I ever set were when I started out as a personal trainer. I obviously had physique goals, lifestyle goals, and career goals, and I've written them down here, so I'm just going to share them with you. So my first goals were, I wanted to be in elite condition. I wanted to get into 5% body fat. I wanted to do a photo shoot prep. I also then wanted to scale my PT business, so just as a one-to-one personal trainer, to 0 to 10K per month in the first 6 months. Okay, so how do we then achieve that? This is what we've got to do. We've got to think about, how could we then make this unreasonable that we don't achieve that? So we segment this down from now a North Star goal into a 6-month goal. And we want to think about, where can we learn from? Who do we need help from? What resources can we go to? And what can we invest in order to get there? What standards do we need to live by? What vices do we need to take out of our life? So again, for me, I knew I wanted to do this photo shoot prep very early on, because why? I wanted to be an established, authoritative coach. I had to walk the walk and actually show I could get into that 5% condition when I wanted to go from PT into physique coaching. I had to learn the ways. How did I learn the ways? Studying a lot, and I invested in a really top-end physique coach, spending about £600 a month on a top-end physique coach, learning their ways at that time. So I had a physique coach, and I also said standards for my photo shoot prep. I would hit my calories and macros every day. I would do 5 training sessions a week, and I would do my cardio as set. So that's the standards I need to live by to execute my 6-month goal. I was studying on physique. I then got a physique coach to take me the whole way through the process. And then I was training and hitting my macros as I need to do. So that's how I then make it unreasonable that that 6-month goal gets achieved. And obviously when I've achieved a 6-month goal, I can set another one, and I'm always getting closer to the North Star goal so I can progress and advance forwards. Now with the business, what did I do? I knew I wanted to get from 0 to 10K. The photo shoot prep was actually a part of that. It was really important that I could show my authority, not as much for PT, but I knew I wanted to transition into online straight after. So the first thing I ever did was I spent £1,000 a month. Like I literally had £1,200 or something in the bank at the time, like literally not much when I started as a PT. And I spent 1,000 a month recurring on a business coach, on a business consultant. So that was one of the resources I knew I needed to do. If I had a goal that I was set in 6 months, I was going 0 to 10K, I was getting a business consultant, because it would have probably, there was people in the gym that had been there 6, 7 years who were scraping 2, 3K after 6 to 10 years. So I knew I needed to do something other people weren't doing. So photo shoot prep, business consultant, I lived by a standard. I would do 80 hours a week minimum on the gym floor. I also said I would do 20 hours a week studying, becoming as valuable as possible to everybody and just helping everybody. So I said everyone that walks in the gym, I would speak to them. I would help them for free. And because I was becoming more valuable, learning more, I could give more value to more people, people just started approaching me. So I had a very clear number in my head at the time. If I want to get to 10K a month, I knew how many people I would need to help. See, a lot of people, when it comes to finance, really struggle with achieving their finance goals because they just obsess on a number. And the number is, it depends what you're doing it for. But for me, I've always done it for impact. So let's say I pick a number 10K, I would be like, okay, but how many people do I need to coach a week in order to hit 10K? And then stop thinking about the money. Just focus on how you can help more people. And the more people you help, the more money you will help. Like for me, if I don't earn more money every month, I'm not getting closer to my North Star goal. Not because my North Star goal is orientated around money, but because if I'm not helping more people, I'm not earning more money. So it's just a correlating factor that if I'm helping more, I will be earning more because we're helping more people through our services. Now, yes, we've got the free community in place, but the real huge impact is obviously going to come from my one-to-one consultancy or people working in our VIP coaching with their physique, their mindset, their lifestyle, and everything like that. So it's just going to happen. So you have to focus on who you can help, how you can help them as much as possible. Now, I just really want to dig into the importance of the daily non-negotiables, because I don't know if any of you guys have heard the story, but I found it really interesting. And there was a guy who ate an entire train. Now you're probably thinking, Tom, shut the fuck up. But this is real. This is a true story. You can Google it. And this was a guy that understood the process of chunking. So an enormous goal, but breaking it down into daily non-negotiables. And this is the importance of understanding the North Star goal, the 6-month goal, but then how can you hit the 6-month goal with daily actions? And the guy that ate the train, he obviously didn't just go and eat an entire train, but this old train wreck, they ground down into dust, and every meal he just sprinkled on little bits of this dust over years and years and years. Guess what? After so many years, he'd eaten the entire train, and this is a true story. And the reason behind this is just because he broke it down and he just edged forward every single day. He didn't try and do it all in one day. He would have killed himself, but it was so minute, this amount of dust, that it didn't even have a negative impact on his body from him doing so. So just to summarize, I just want to basically go, North Star goal, understand it. You can only see so far right now. It will change probably every 6 to 9 months. So do review it, and there'll be little fine tunes. Obviously, the main direction will be the same. Think about what is outside your comfort zone, but still realistic inside 6 months. Now, my advice would be to just push out of what you think is realistic, because you can achieve a lot more. You will not think certain things are realistic simply just because you haven't done them yet. But just because you haven't done them yet doesn't mean they're not possible. From here, then you need to think about, okay, what resources could I invest in? What do I need to do? What standards do I need to live by? What vices need to be removed in order to make it unreasonable that in 6 months, if I did this and I invested in this, of course you would be at that goal, okay? And then you break that down into your daily actions, and that might be your steps, it might be your calories and your macros, it may be your list cardio, your training intensity, your training execution, it may be studying, it may be doing so many hours of focus work, it may be doing so much free content, right? That's what it's all about. So guys, I hope you're taking a lot of value from that. It's not that hard. You've simply just got to get clear on it, and then you've got to do the work. It's all about the daily habits, the daily non-negotiables. Get your beliefs in a good place. Understand that you're going to smash it. live by a lifestyle and a system that makes these daily non-negotiables get hit every day. Don't try and do 6-month work in 2 weeks. Do the tiny stuff every day and just build it into your lifestyle, because when you build non-negotiables into your lifestyle, you can't fail. So I hope you're taking a lot of value from this video. I'll see you in the next one. If there is any way I can be of help to you, do feel free to check out the links below. I'm more than happy to jump on a call. We've got our links below for VIP coaching, CEO consultancy, and as always, we have our free community below that you can jump into. It's all things physique, mindset, lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and we're going to cover everything in there. And there's a lot of exclusive content that won't be dropped on YouTube. See you in the next video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe.